saw it in theaters. I haven't seen it since. And it's funny, at the beginning you said this podcast is a great reason for us to watch random movies, and I probably wouldn't watch this had you not suggested it. But as I was watching it earlier today, I definitely found myself enjoying it a lot more this time. Um, and I kind of forgot that it was a 2016 movie, so it's like an 8-year-old movie, right? So a lot of
Right.
time, a lot of changes, a lot of the whole pandemic, lockdown, whole thing, all of that. But I don't, I found myself like trying to figure out the reason why I liked it more this time, and ultimately it didn't matter. I think I just
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
yeah. You like, what is going on? And then you're just like, that I think that's something that comes when you get older. I think when you're like in your late 20s and in your 30s, you're like, why? And then when you get to like 40, you're like, does the why matter? Let me just enjoy it. Let me just.
Yeah.
It was just cool. It was just fine. It was just different. I just am different than I was.
Right, exactly. And I think one thing that's been a personal project for me since the first time I saw this is like really letting the story be the story and kind of judging it on how I resonate with it. You know what I mean? As opposed to like, well, what about this or what about that? And I do think, there's some time jumbly stuff in this movie, and I think the mechanics of that from a filmmaking standpoint maybe messed with me the first time a little bit and took me out of the narrative more than it did this time. But this time I really felt that a lot of the things that I felt strongly were flaws in the past. I saw where they were coming from and how they were working a
Sure.
little bit better. So, anyways, the point being is I really enjoyed it. And, it's interesting that you said, playing with language. And I'm sure some very smart cookies out there have caught this a long time ago. But, you know, there's from the very beginning, right? She like says to go talk to that one guy and ask him what the Sanskrit word for war is, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we can and it holds two different meanings.